The year is 2012. You're hunting for the elusive hero Brian in Minecraft on your parents' laptop while listening to Sexy and I Know It by the massively popular musical group LMFAO. Surely their musical career and cultural influence will endure throughout the ages, you think to yourself. When you decide to take a break and see if a new episode of Tobuscus Adventures has released on YouTube.com, another pillar of entertainment that you are positive will withstand the test of time. But no such update greets you. Instead, your young impressionable gaze meets with a new up-and-coming video, Kony 2012. And oh buddy, is this one doing numbers. You haven't seen a view count like this since Gangnam Style or Food Battle. Your curiosity gets the better of you, and you click it. Oh dear God, this Kony guy is one mean jabroni, you think to yourself. Someone needs to do something about this. You need to do something about this. Hey smart fellas and fart smellers, I'm Content Cone. Did you miss me? Please say yes, bro. Please, please. Today, I will be yapping about the cultural phenomenon that was the Kony 2012 movement and its goofy-ah founder, Jason Russell. More on his antics later in the video. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for it. But before we talk about that silly little white boy, allow me to introduce you to our antagonist, Ugandan cult leader and child soldier extraordinaire, Joseph Kony.
How bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally.
Joseph Kony was a self-proclaimed prophet and head honcho of the Lord's Resistance Army, which sounds like a Christian metal band, but I assure you it is not. Kony's goals were, let's say, vague. He wanted to run Uganda based on the 10 Commandments. Spoiler alert, he broke all of them, multiple times, often with a machete. Kony's army became infamous for kidnapping children by the thousands for his cause.
Your demise.
Turning the boys into child soldiers, while turning the girls into wives, which is code for horrendous war crimes that I will not be getting into. This absolute madman was known for communicating with spirits for military advice and barely escaping capture like a Scooby-Doo villain. He would oftentimes use mutilation as punishment against those who he believed were not supportive of his cause, or innocent people just for intimidation. He would cut off lips, noses, ears, and even limbs before instructing his victims to return to their villages as a sort of warning. Kids would often be required to 360 no-scope their family members when they joined, to sever any ties they had to their past lives, as well as psychologically bind them to the Lord's Resistance Army. Why was he doing this, you might ask? Because he believed he was divinely chosen by God to overthrow Uganda's government, because he saw them as corrupt and anti-Christian. So yeah, he was not the best guy. Definitely part of the 21st century's Nightmare Blunt rotation, and our protagonist Jason Russell was about to let the world know just how off-putting Kony's vibes would be at the sesh. So how exactly did this quirked-up white boy get involved with the Kony debacle, you might ask? Well, your favorite traffic cone is here to serve you the deets. Jason Russell and his two buddies, Bobby Bailey and Laren Poole, went to Africa in 2003, probably expecting sunsets, soulful selfies, and some light charity work to fluff up the old resume. But instead, they accidentally stumbled into one of the darkest humanitarian crises of the 21st century. They had planned to film a documentary while there, but did not yet have a compelling enough topic to do on it. Luckily for them, while glamping in northern Uganda, they found scores of children literally running for their lives every night. Turns out, these kids were night commuters, walking miles every night just to sleep in slightly less kidnappable places. Why? Because Joseph Kony, the CEO of child soldiering, was out here building an army by collecting children like Pokemon cards. Huh, Jason thought to himself. This could work. And it did. Armed with some of the most diabolically horrendous footage ever seen, the documentarian trio returned to the US and released the first cut of their film titled Invisible Children in 2004. This film would generate the world seed for their future nonprofit that went by the same name. Years went by and the film spread through churches, colleges, word of mouth, and anyone who had a Coexist bumper sticker on their car. Fast forward to 2012, and the nonprofit would release the full Call to Action documentary labeled Kony 2012. And call to action, it did. It was March 5th, 2012, when the video dropped on YouTube like a tactical nuke. Everyone was talking about it. Your mother's Facebook group was schizo posting about Kony. The news was talking about Kony. Schools were showing the Kony documentary. Churches were having viewing parties, sending thoughts and prayers.
You have been forgiven.
Celebrities were talking about Kony. Rihanna, Justin Bieber, and the Kardashians all talking about Kony. Obama even went on Oprah Winfrey's show just to talk about Kony. It was insane and did not seem to be slowing down. The creators of the film noticed this and did what any sensible group would do: start a merch line. Kony hats, Kony shirts, Kony buttons, Kony mugs, Kony bracelets, and for only $30 plus shipping and handling, you could get your very own Kony 2012 action kit to truly break the spirit of the Ugandan warlord. All this hype ultimately culminated in an event called Cover the Night, where activists would go out en masse to cover their cities and universities in Kony posters in an attempt to draw attention to the atrocities of the Ugandan menace.
Invisible Children supporters are covering the night. Students from American University and other schools joined Invisible Children organizers at Diamond Teague Park to gather materials to poster all over the nation's capital. Rafe Dessa, street team organizer for DC, says that they began organizing weeks before to cover the night.
We've kind of been networking with the different clubs like at American University, George Mason, Georgetown, finding the network of supporters and building a community around the idea of social justice.
This, to the surprise of many, didn't actually succeed in accomplishing anything. It turns out that wearing Kony merch and putting up some posters in your city doesn't actually impact the aura of international warlords. The hype surrounding the Kony 2012 movement began to die out, and the whole event would go on to be one of the first instances of slacktivism, a type of armchair activism where the individual doesn't help to invoke social change, but instead yaps about it on the internet and calls it a day.
No freedom till we're equal. Damn right I support it.
So what happened to Jason Russell and his nonprofit? Here's a quick list of some controversies surrounding the creators of the Kony 2012 movement, Invisible Children. On March 11th, 2012, reports start to come out that the nonprofit is being funded by Christian foundations who are staunchly anti-same-sex marriage. On March 14th, Ugandans Throw Rocks had a screening of Kony 2012 in the town of Lira, complaining that the film is a foreign, inaccurate account that belittled and commercialized their suffering. On March 15th, our protagonist Jason Russell is arrested for running through the streets of San Diego in his underwear, screaming nonsense and pouring milk on himself while seemingly off the goop.
What are the chances?
Hey, get off my grass.
On March 21st, Russell's wife, in a statement, says that her husband is being treated for brief reactive psychosis, whatever that means. On March 26th, filmmaker Chris Abbas claims that Invisible Children stole images from his film Cassini Mission and used them in Kony 2012. On March 27th, a video surfaces of Jedediah Jenkins, a top official at Invisible Children, drinking from a bottle of vodka and bragging about how he would keep $900,000 of a $1 million grant the group had received for Haitian earthquake relief. Not a good look. Just as quickly as the Kony 2012 campaign started, so did it end. Want to know the worst part? Joseph Kony was never actually captured or held accountable for his nefarious crimes. In fact, he is still free to this day doing God knows what. So what, if anything, can we learn from this? Cyberbully warlords on the internet? Practice harnessing our thoughts and prayers into something more useful? Make sure to invite a trip sitter so you don't tweak out in public? I'm not sure, and I'm too enthralled by my Kony 2012 action kit to figure it out. Goodbye.
Wait. Mi gente, oigan bien. Lingang guli 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 guacha, lingang gu, lingang gu, lingang guli 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 guacha, lingang gu, lingang gu, lingang guli 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 guacha, lingang gu, lingang gu, lingang guli 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 guacha, lingang gu, lingang gu.